Welcome back to the channel. Today we are down at the private range and I decided on the fly that we were going to go over one-handed shooting, definitely going to be weak hand, and reloading, how to do it with one hand. And I know you're asking, why? Well, it's kind of hard for me to shoot strong hand right now since I ended up breaking these two fingers. Completely honest, it was my fault. I was a klutz, tripped off of a one stair up, somehow pivoted, lost my balance. I was going down, reached out, I grabbed a hold of something, and well, my grip was just a little too tight because I, through just my own sheer weight, broke both fingers. One is only chipped, and that's why it's not in a brace, and the other one is all wrapped up because I'm not going to touch it, but that first knuckle right here, when I was laying on my back and I looked at my hand, it was at a 45-degree angle, and I obviously knew that wasn't normal, so I grabbed it and straightened it out and put it back, which kind of grossed some people out. But that being said, I figured I needed to go get some x-rays done, and come to find out I broke it in two locations right at the knuckle. So I am down and out shooting for a couple of weeks at least, which is unfortunate because I had some really cool stuff planned. So in the meantime, we're just going to go over one-handed shooting, which of course everybody that carries an everyday carry, an EDC, or anyone that's getting into that really should practice weak hand shooting. And how do you hold it? Because if I hold it out like this, I'll back up so you can see. The problem is I'm right-eye dominant. So moving the gun over like this isn't really an option because I really want to keep the firearm itself in line. So there's two ways that I prefer to do it. One is just put a slight cant on it, or I just turn my head since I am right eye dominant. Now the problem is when you have a hand that is down and out. When you run your firearm dry, how do you do the reload with the gun? What do you do with it? Because you have to get this one out. You're not using this hand, right? I can use these two fingers, no problem, but I am not going to hold the magazine like this and try and manipulate it. And I'm not going to try and hold on to the firearm with this hand. This hand is completely out of commission. So you can always put yourself in a position where your dominant hand will be out of commission, and you should practice. So there's ways to do it. So we're going to simulate running this dry. So I'll just hold it out, like, okay, it's ran dry, and I'll go through the motions. Now, being right-handed, this gun is not ambidextrous, so the mag release and everything is on the opposite side. Yes, with a magazine in, if it ran dry like this, I can just drop the magazine out, no problem, utilizing my middle finger on that mag release. All right, so we know that's possible. Pop the mag out, it's gonna fall to the ground because this is an emergency reload. I don't wanna retain that mag at that moment. So that's how I'm just gonna do it, is pop it out. Then, the easiest thing to do, since your feet are already shoulder width apart or so, is you bring the firearm in and squeeze it between your knees. Drawing your new magazine out, you can feed that magazine in between your legs. I keep my feet apart because if this were to go off, it's going to go off and my feet are nowhere near it. You can then pull the firearm back out, and you can hook that rear sight right on that mag pouch, bring the firearm back up, and fire it no problem. All right, so obviously that was on the cant, and if I turn my head, I hit in the same location. All right, so two finger catch, and we're gonna reset and do the next one. So now the drill is gonna be, you ran it dry, and you wanna bend down and put it in the crook of your knee. All right, so you ran it dry. I like to take a step forward, wedge it in, and kneel down. This way, the muzzle is clearing my leg. I can, obviously I've already dropped the mag out, grab the new mag, put it in. I can grab it, again, racking it on whatever I can get my sights on, and taking the shot. Step forward, wedge it in, grab the new mag, put it in. One of the reasons I don't like doing this one between my knees is I'm pretty much immobilized. I'm out in the open, I've ran dry, hopefully I can go run for cover. But doing this, I'm pretty much immobilized. If my target were to take off or charge at me or do anything, I am kind of stuck in a very awkward position, which means I have to stop what I'm doing and move. So the other thing you can do is, again, you run it dry, so you drop down. The thing you can get into is when you if you step down like this, you take your empty firearm and literally put it on the ground into your foot, take the new mag out, feed it in. It's not going to slide anywhere because your foot is stopping the firearm from moving. I have that fresh mag in, and I can get it, and I can hook it here on my shoe, getting it going, bringing it up, getting good sight picture, sight alignment, and shooting. Okay, so one of the nice things about doing this at a local gun range where you're at a bench is, one, you still need two mags because you're going to want to have one that's empty or low, and then you run your gun dry. And this one doesn't have to be on your hip in a mag pouch. It literally can be just on the bench itself. Now, this is a good drill to do weak-handed. It's a good drill to do strong-handed, especially if this hand is out of commission, vice versa. It goes either way. It's also really good for adaptive shooting for anyone out there that wants to get into shooting but may have some catastrophic accident that's happened to their hand where it's no longer useful. They've lost an arm, or they just don't have an arm. They can still shoot and you can still reload. I'm going to go through the motions and then we'll talk about it. All right? So again, simulation, a fire, bang, it's ran dry. I'm going to eject the magazine onto the table. I'm going to put the gun down. I'm going to pick up the new mag, put it in, stand the gun up, load the mag. While it's still facing down, I'm going to catch that rear sight on the bench, and I'm going to roll up, take it to the wall, get good sight alignment, sight picture, and take a shot. Just like that. That's why I went over doing it between the knees, in the crook of the knee, and all of these can be practiced at home without live rounds with just using snap caps. And of course, catching that rear sight, you can do it on, I happen to do it right here on the mag pouch. You can do it across your jeans, especially if your knee is bent, where that jean material is all bunched up right there. It's good to catch the rear sight, or even the cutout for the slide where it ejects the spent brass. Whatever you can catch it on, do it. So the moral of the story is, when you're training, you need to train with both hands, because you never know when your strong hand is going to be put out of commission. But it is a good opportunity, a good excuse now to practice more with my weak hand, which is normally just doing a supportive role, and now it's doing the primary role of everything, which for me, holding it out, yeah, it's going to shake a little more, of course, for everybody, and you're going to get more of that muzzle flip because you don't have the good double hand retention on there. Train. You don't need to come to the range to do this. You can do this at home with snap caps. do it in the comfort of your own living room, because there's no one there to judge you when you look downright silly doing this. All right, so that's it for this video. It's really quick. It's just different places. I've seen more online where you can do one-handed reloads and such. Those are just a few of my favorites. I know they work. As always, in the top of the description below is going to be the BTR merch. I would ask you, go order a shirt. Order one of those "You're Never Out of the Fight" shirts. Wear them proudly, because you are never out of the fight for anything in your life. Remember, I told you long ago in another video what it meant to me, that whole saying of "you're never out of the fight." And I hold, you know, it's true. I hold it deep, near and dear to my heart, I should say. And I hope you do too. So as always, I will see you on the trail. Stay safe in the fray, my friends. I'm out. Before I let you go, I almost forgot. I wanted to talk about the mag holster that I've been using over the past few weeks. Now, this was given to me by a viewer. It was sent in. So George, thank you. I appreciate it. I wanted to use it over and over and over to see how it compared with the other ones that I'm used to using, such as my Kydex and of course the TAC-X ones. And I have to say, I'm actually really impressed with this one. This is from Pitbull Tactical. It is made in the USA, and it's all held together with this rubber material. So it fits most mags, all mags, so on and so forth. Obviously that's not going to fit a 5.56 mag, but pistol mags is what we're talking about. It slides right in, and as you push, it expands. So I'm going to pull it back out so you can see how the magazine is just sitting up here high. The top is expanded because of the elastic, and the bottom hasn't. And as I push it in, the mag takes the shape, or I should say the mag pouch expands out to retain the magazine fairly well. It's in there pretty tight. I mean, it comes out easily. But I am really impressed with this one. For carrying one extra mag, of course it's for outside the waistband, but you can turn it and do inside the waistband. It is actually really good. I'll throw the link for these. We don't sell them, but I'll throw a link for Pitbull Tactical. If you guys want more information, feel free to follow the link and take a look. Well, it doesn't do us any good. Like I said, we don't sell these, but they are good and probably worth every penny. I am thoroughly impressed with this. It is good to go, and I'll probably continue to use this one for work. It only holds one mag, but all I need is one extra mag at work anyways. Now, this is the real end. I'll see you guys on the trail. Stay safe in the fray.